Hey guys, it's Celeste. Welcome back to my channel. This has been a hard video for me to make. This is not going to be an in-depth story time kind of video. I might as well mention that this doesn't include the stuff that happened to me as a child, what I've been exposed to, and I did a lot of digging into this. I did a lot of research. I've concluded that it seems like I do have some form of... I don't even like saying this out loud. I think a lot of people are in denial because a lot of things like this have happened to them, but it is a form of like CPTSD in a way. I think we just tend to downplay this stuff. So I want you guys to also consider that moving forward in this video. Nor is it being made for any sort of sympathy. This is just to explain certain things and to tie it kind of back to my channel and tie it back to my messaging, because I believe what we go through, we should use it as a way to help other people and to try to better society rather than bleeding on people that didn't cut us and hurting other people. So please keep that in mind, that is my intention in making this video. So when I was in high school, I didn't really have friends. I wasn't a social person. I wasn't popular. I was just minding my business, doing my schoolwork. And I had many instances where people just took things too far, and I didn't realize the impact until years later, how I saw myself and how I saw other people, especially guys. Yeah, you know, we were 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, but that still shapes you. That shapes your mind. That shapes your core beliefs. That could shape the way you see yourself. That shapes a lot, guys, you know, even though people are young and immature at that time. It doesn't excuse some of these behaviors that people exhibited. The main incident that happened in high school, it has been very hard to say, like on a video. On live stream, I may have mentioned it in passing, but on video, it's hard to just put this kind of out there. Long story short, I was sexually assaulted. I didn't realize how serious it was. I blamed myself because I thought, yeah, well, I didn't get into a fight and beat this guy up, so maybe I could have done more, or I didn't report him because he was the most popular kid in our grade and he was a student representative, so I thought people wouldn't believe me and think that I did something to make this happen, which I didn't. The guy took advantage of me being kind and docile and timid, that he just went with it. He didn't want to tell me how he ever felt about me. He just kind of acted like it was some sort of... Again, I'm not going to go into detail, and I know people are going to speculate how far things went, and maybe it's not as far as you think, but it's also not something like, oh, you know, he grabbed me, because there's going to be people out there, if they watch my video, certain people that are going to be like, yeah, I bet he just tried to hug you, and you're going to claim... No. The fact that I didn't even want to tell anybody, that should say that it wasn't for an agenda to bring him down. It was actually something that happened to me. We're living in a world where, like, people exaggerate certain things to throw people under the bus. You know, you guys mentioned sometimes false accusations, and then people actually, something happens to them and they don't actually report it because they don't feel like people are going to believe them. Things are backwards sometimes. So yeah, that happened, and after that whole thing happened, I tried to confront him. He left me in tears because all he was doing was downplaying what happened, making excuses. So when I was in my last year of high school, I was trying my best to avoid him in the hallways. I was trying to walk fast. When I saw him, I was trying to avoid him completely. But then he pulls me to the side one day and he said, he apologizes to me, but to me it was a fake apology because he was making excuses, like he was going through something at the time, and just all these these kind of excuses. And I still don't think he understood the severity of what happened. And I confronted him about what happened. And at the end of the apology, he still was trying to insinuate, well, so can we, you know, be close? And I was just like, I walked away from him. I'm like, I'm done with this guy. That was the main thing that happened. And I didn't realize until years later how it affected how I saw myself, how I saw intimacy, and how I saw guys. Although what he did was to me, I didn't want that to happen. I tried to almost take pictures of certain things as well as the physical stuff. And allegedly he spread a rumor that he did something to me explicit that actually didn't happen, that I wanted it. And there was rumors going around about me and him. And imagine going back to school and then knowing there's like being rumors spread about this guy who actually like violated you. And then it made sense why his friend, which was a girl, was trying to be friends with me. I think it was all just to get him close to me, trying to figure out who I was, why they wanted me to go to abandoned houses with them and go, you know, play basketball. It was just all a front. I was dealing with so much at the time. This is probably, like, if I wasn't on, listen, I had a really bad experience with antidepressants, but if I wasn't on them, I think maybe this wouldn't, because being on them numbed me, so maybe I didn't take this as seriously as I should. That's a really big key point I want you guys to understand, because what I was also going through at home, it numbs you. These things numb you. So, like, I probably would have maybe reacted even worse if I wasn't on them. Maybe I would have been more like less docile because I was being numbed. That was the main incident. Then there was these other instances that I forgot about, but everything piles up. This classmate, I wasn't even friends with him. We were walking in the same direction. He was pulling me aside to talk to me about something, whatever. The last thing he did before he left was he kissed me on the cheek and he ran off. And I called his name and I'm like, what was that for? Like, you could tell. I was like, what the freak? I don't remember what happened after that, like if he ever tried to make further contact with me. I was just this girl where I was walking my own path, right, trying to do schoolwork and mind my business, and people were trying to pull me from all sides. And then this other guy who, I lived close to school at the time. People knew where I also lived. That was also what worried me, because you know how kids at that age, they're reckless. They try to like quote unquote jump people, and I didn't want them to target me. I wanted to just remain in the shadows. But this guy, he came to my backyard and he was trying to talk to me, and this was like at the very end of lunch, so I was already leaving anyways, and he tried to like literally get close to me to try to kiss me, and I backed off. I'm like, what are you doing? And I just walked out and I went back to the school. You could tell I was like red in the face, and I think at one point even the teachers noticed something seemed off. Those were like some instances that I remember happening, people trying to get me involved in things I didn't want to be involved in and trying to have their way with me rather than actually trying to be my friend or get to know me as a person and have respect for me. Just constant violations and boundary crossings, and they thought, you know, maybe I wasn't gonna fight back. I wasn't going to like meaning actually hurt them. I wasn't gonna make a scene out of it. I don't know, but they saw me and they're just like, I'm going for this person. And even that guy who I saved me, you could tell he always had his eye on me. Like we had some classes together. He would always go out of his way. I mean, he was friends with a lot of people, but you could just tell there was something different with me. There was something he wanted. There was something he was trying to do. You could tell. Like, it really did feel targeted to me. It's not like, oh, it was some random, no. Trust me, the things I saw, the signs and the way he was acting, you could tell there was a motive. There was a motive there. And it's funny, he wanted to claim, yeah, like, I see things like he was like bullshit. And that's why I was starving just for someone to see me for who I am. People think, yeah, maybe, oh, you're not lonely, you know, things haven't happened. It's like, no, well, growing up, all I wanted was for somebody to see me and to talk about things I wanted to talk about, but everybody just felt so shallow and superficial. Moving on to how this sort of shaped me and shaped, I guess, why I'm even here on this channel is because I'm such an advocate for not using people, for not seeing the outside, and for actually having values and respecting people, not being so caught up on using people as like a symbol, because you know that's what happened after the guy saved me. He spread these rumors of why it had to be me. Like, I wasn't popular. I wasn't like, why they had to put me at the center of it. And remember, word spreads around fast, and it made me very, very wary of people. Like, that's why I've made videos of like when people are different behind your back, because that's something that occurred and has happened a lot. No hate. I'm in a relationship with a man. My regulars are guys and I'm respectful to them. But why do you guys find such enjoyment in freaking talking about people and making these girls out to seem like these people that have done things with you and that they're, oh my gosh, this pissed me off. Sorry, my high school self kicked in there. Why don't you guys find more pride in trying to express a healthy relationship, express respect for people? That's what you think will make you have like social power. Not freak out of here. You just look like a joke. I'm going a little far now. I've seen this too much. Anyways, but yeah, you know, people who want to argue there's a bias on this channel or that there's an agenda or there's like this kind of prejudice going on. If there was, I wouldn't be in a relationship with a man. I wouldn't be respectful to my male viewers. Maybe there's something against you and you happen to be a man. I'm just kidding. I don't hate any of you guys, but I do lean towards subscribers and you guys that are kind. You guys like to talk about important things. You guys are respectful. That's what I want to see. So it made me not trust guys' intentions and made me feel like when they do want to be in a romantic relationship with you or they want to be intimate with you, it's all for them. It's a selfish, like there's selfish motives to it. Don't worry guys, I don't give E a hard time. I really don't. But he does know this because you could kind of tell sometimes I'm wary, like when people want to be selfless and be kind to you and do things out of their own free will. It's like, is there an agenda here? You know, are you gonna throw it back in my face and want something back? You know, when you are doing something for me or you are in a relationship with me and you're caring about me, is there an agenda? That's why this whole thing with traditional relationships at the time, I thought it's too good to be true. Like, they made it seem so simple for the woman. I'm like, now there has to be some agenda here. There must be something to it. Like, there has to be, like, it can't be that simple. Like, it can't be that, like, oh, carefree. There has to be more to it. And I guess it's because I started seeing people as a little bit selfish. I've unlearned this because I believe in growing and learning and not punishing people that didn't bleed on you. At the time, because of everything that was happening, I kind of saw guys as like sort of selfish, and I saw them kind of like they don't care about how, you know, the woman counterpart feels, whether it's their friend or romantic relationship. They're doing things for themselves. It's all selfish. It's all, yeah, they want to massage you, not because they're expecting a massage back. Oh, they want to hug you, not because they expect you to hug them back. They want to provide for you, yeah, because they're going to expect X, Y, Z, blah, 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 and you're not going to be good enough, so they're going to leave you anyways. Like, that was my headspace at the time, and it's not like this anymore, but I still struggle sometimes with these, like, triggers of certain things. I literally involved myself on YouTube in a movement that is a perfect trigger for like everything that I've gone through. What I've been through doesn't fuel the way that I film these videos on RP or BP or MGTOW, but I need to make this very clear. I still push myself. I'm still gonna be a warrior and push myself and try to hear them out, because if we hear you guys out, you guys gotta hear us out. That's why I can actually understand to some extent when these people have been hurt and then go down these rabbit holes. But I don't believe in myself going down this rabbit hole, because why am I going to punish half the population? We've all been hurt in different ways, and that we have to work together and help each other rather than try to find differences in each other. And obviously with people that are willing to, right? Don't waste your time with people that are not willing to have civil conversation with you. To the people that have been hurt and are genuinely trying, I'm very sorry and I feel for you. Keep your head up. Stay strong. Don't fall down these extreme traps that get you based on these things. Stay strong. And I know it can be very tough to trust people. I understand. And maybe from this video you understood that. But remember, not everyone's like this way. And you will heal, and you are strong, and you will find peace. I'm praying that for you, sincerely. I really mean this. Even if you guys don't believe me, I really mean this, because it hurts to see other people hurt as well. And I don't want to bring people down and kick them when they're on the ground, and that's not the intention here. Myself and even you, we're just so passionate about these things, and we're so firm because we see the deeper agenda here going on, and we don't want people to fall down these traps. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to add. I get the pain that they, you know, that they have to some extent. So that is all for this video. I know it's long, and I know I said a lot. Thank you guys so much for listening to my story, and I'm hoping that you guys have a great day. Let me know down below if you've ever gone through a similar situation, or if you have certain things that bother you or trigger you, or certain traumas. If it's not too personal, I'd love to hear stories down below. We are here for you, and yeah, thanks for watching.